Hello, it's Elaina Strongbow from SodaTutorials.com, Elena's main game name, and tonight I'm sitting outside my house. I just want to do a quick video talking about magic resist and things like fire resist and all that. And something I've learned a little bit by accident and also a little bit confirmed. I've been watching, if you've watched some of the Twitch streams, Kigu Starfish, Kigu Starfish. That his name is primary character in game is Core. He's a pretty well-known PvPer, really cool guy. Understands a lot of the mechanics in this. This guy I sit there. I watch his streams just because I watch him run around and do sieges by himself. He's always in the fall and all that. He's a really cool guy and really understands the game. There's certain people that have gotten to that level in the game that just understand the mechanics and know what they're doing. And he's a great person to watch and just really cool. So one of the things I learned, and I just wasn't aware of it, and I said I did this by accident, was how you can gain your resist on certain fields of magic, like fire, or air, or sun, and whatnot. So I'm going to show something on here. I'm going to bring up my skill tree. If you look at this, I'll put this over in the center here. If you notice, I've got a bunch of points around here in all of my my magic trees, except chaos. It's just starting, and earth is just starting a little bit. So if I look at sun, I've got 90 in light. Yes, I do have 90 in light. 57, 40. These are starting to go up. I don't have everything up, but this is something I was working on. I really worked to get to my Phoenix and stuff. I get to at least in light. If I look at fire, this is probably one I have more expanded than anything. It's one I've probably worked the most. 80, 75, 60s. I got 50s and almost 70 over here, and this is high 60s and stuff. If I look at death, I've been working on that one. I just started cracking that open, so working over here, getting down into here. I do want to get down into the lower sections. Air, another big one I have on here. I've got a lot of the actual items in here. I want to get to things like blink and stuff, chain lightning, my air elemental. I've got those pretty up, so that's pretty filled up. And by filled, I mean 40 or above. 40 or above is pretty solid. You got a really solid base and you're going up. You take a look at moon. I've been working really heavy on this tree. I wanted to get down to get my wisp. I just got into night step. You can actually vanish and disappear and appear behind the character. I've been actually been having a lot of fun with moonbeams, which kind of makes people kind of stop and stare at them, players and or creatures. Meteor showers, which opened up, and almost there. Got to get this to 40, that to 40, and get to my wisp. Or sorry, this one to 40. That already is. What else I got? Water. And I've cracked that one open. I haven't got down to my ice elemental yet. Still got my one here I need to work on. But I got those in the 40s, 60s, 50s. Pretty good. Life, I got down to resurrection finally. Yay! Banish, undead, and all this. So I've got a pretty healthy pool of this. Now, do I go out and use all these? No, not yet. The reason why I want to get in some of these is, we'll call this Defense 3.0. In the very beginning, my character, man, it's all about offense. Man, get my bow skills up, get that going. I've got 101 on bladed, 101 on aim, 100 on piercing, 100 on this. I'm building these. I've got my disabling up to 70 now. I'm starting to work these up. Man, I just want to go out there and shoot the crap out of them. Best defense, good offense. That gets you up so far. And I start getting cracked by some high level monsters. So I'm like, all right, I need to look at the armor stuff. So I started working on my light armor. And I cracked open that tree, got that going. I switched down from heavy to epic leather. I think I'm going to go into augmented leather as well on the chest piece. And I pretty much do pure leather now because I do cast some spells. And so that helped out. Casting evade, dodge, and stuff just made it so I can actually last a little bit more toe to toe. I still have to do some cutting, but it's there. My big thing was, man, I'm still getting teared on by liches and whatnot. What can I do to take that? So offense was level 1 or defense 1.0. Defense 2.0 was working on my light armor skills and doing that. Defense 3.0 was just kind of like, all right, I need to start getting better at handling physical and magical damage. So part of that, and I'll do a whole series. As I start to learn this, is the whole concept of a buff deck, Air's Embrace, Strength of Earth, all these things. All the great guys have these buff decks, so they'll go in and buff up all this stuff, and it really, allows them to stay in a fight with them. I've watched them in the fall with one area where you can get super buff for your 2-man and all their buff decks, and they literally can sit there toe to toe with a lich and just the lich is doing nothing to them. So there's a whole concept of buff, but let's talk about magical resistance. If someone or creatures casting, mainly it's been fire, but now you start to see them cast more like energy stuff, so air stuff and whatnot. How can you resist those fire attacks, those powerful attacks that are coming off of them? Well, magical resist. So you can get things that will give you, a resist to magic. Like I've always thought, like, okay, in the fire tree, I've got highly flammable, fire speed, fireproof, increases my fire resistance and adds to the player's fire attunement, but only for the purpose of defense. So it adds the attunement just for defensive stuff. I was asking, well, what does that actually mean? What does attunement do, and how does that actually translate to resist? If you look at all these over here, if there's a little guy here, this is your attunement. If you click on that, you'll get a listing of all your attunements on your magic trees. So you can tell in Sun, I have a 38 attunement. I have 54 in fire, which makes sense. I have 46 in air, 36 here, 36 here, 51 in life spells, 21 in death. So I'm weaker to that. I'm also weaker to earth. I'm very weak to chaos. That's just normal resistance I built up. How did I do that? Every time you open up these skills in a tree, you're basically improving your attunement, your natural attunement to that. I'm not saying you have to go do 100 and everything, but if you just open them up to base level 40, doing something to 40 probably takes about 10,000 experience total, somewhere right around there. I may be off a little bit on that. But I found out that, when I have such a large pool, right now I'm at 753, usually I'm at 1,000,000, I'll come and open up a tree and just work that tree and, all the innates. By the time I get these innates, which go up by normal, by use of stuff, by the time I get down to here, I can get those above 40 really easy. If you can do that and do 40 across the board, like let's look at this one. I've got, I don't want to say everything's a 40, but it's getting close there. I'm at 36 attunement. I can get myself up to 40 attunement on that. If you take that number divided by 2, that's your resist. So I basically have, so every one of these, like on here, I have almost 20 resist on here with no other wards or anything else, just by knowing the magic. I have 54 resist there, so that's 25, 27. This is 10, so that's low. This is 46, that's 23 resist on that. This is 36, so that's 18 resist on that, 18 resist here, 25 and a half, 9 here. That's almost 19, I think it is on that. So it's worth it just to go through, even though if you're not going to be a mage, take them up, crack open the tree, get them to 40. The more things you get up to 40, the better your attunement. If you look at that attunement number and cut that in half, that's a resist you have to that magic. Now think about you're out there fighting either as a player or some type of creature throwing some type of magic at you or whatever else. Your natural ability to resist that is just going up. That can only help you, even if you're a pure melee guy. A pure melee person, train your entire magic tree. It's nothing, costs you nothing, 100 gold to open it up, and just work it. I literally sat at a training dummy for half these. Some of this I wanted to use myself. I actually do use some magic on there. Mostly I use like fire, but whatever. Like I wanted like ice arrow, flaming arrow, stone arrow, some other things kind of go along with the whole archer theme. So it's something that really helps out with your being able to resist on some of those things out there. So think about a dragon. I mean, there's the physical hit of the dragon, and there's like the fire. Man, imagine if you had a really high fire attunement. And right now, fire is probably the most predominant one out there. So having a really strong set of fire skills in there, even if you're not using them, helps your attunement go higher, which also helps your resist go higher. Means you can stand in a fight better with them. And then if you for that, you may say, well, for a, I'm going to go out dragon fighting, I'll have wards, I'll have like a ring or a necklace that has, gives me better attunement. That's why, like, in the fall, there's like a little vent you can stand by. It gives you like plus 200 or 300 attunement on your stuff. That attunement goes to all these skills, and then it basically, that gives you resist. That's why you can go and handle a mage. If you don't go do that, you're very susceptible to actually getting killed. So that's my defense 3.0 that I'm starting to play with. Is I've cracked open the entire tree. I'm going through them right now. The goal is to be at least 40 attunement across all of these, which will give me a base set with nothing on, no armor, no nothing, 20 resist to every one of the schools of magic. Now, that would be great, as I go into PvP areas and people come in, they have all different stuff. Maybe they're, you have someone who's a fire person or whatever else. It would be great to, be able to defend against that and have that natural ability to resist it. Your natural ability, the main part you get from it, pretty much for free, is through your attunement. So that's my suggestion to you. As you're building your character, you're building your defense, if you're a melee person or archer, blade, bloods, and whatever else, is to go through and say, let's start cracking open these trees and just set a goal. Say, okay, I'm going to do fire. Work on fire right now, and I may use a little bit of it, but I'm going to crack it up to 40. Get the thing to 40, lock it, start unlock. Go to the trainer, get these unlocked, start casting these, doing these over and over. Get those up to 40. Go up to the next one. Go all the way down. If you get down to this one, great. This is a little bit harder here. You have to cast the dude so many times, but at least up to the elemental. Get those up to 40 and get your attunement up there. You've now got a character that's stronger against fire. Then pick another one. Go to death. Go to air. Literally, if you don't have a preference, just go around the clock on here. And then come into chaos in the middle if you don't. I always look at them and say, well, what can I use that would really help out? You think about Earth. Strength to Earth. It's a great, great spell. Basically, it will increase your strength level. Right now, it says on there that I get it costs 3 focus, but I get a bump on my strength, and it can stack. So as I keep casting it, I keep getting stronger and stronger. Physically, it makes you stronger. So that's a great one to have no matter what. You may find something in here like Shielded Crystal. Puts up summons a Shielded Crystal, increases the max health, and increases your Earth attunement. That's a great one to have because if you're fighting something that's using Earth spells, like an elemental, having that on there will help with that. It basically increases your max health and increases, so your health goes up and you get Earth attunement on top of that. So even if you're not a mage, it's really, really a good idea to crack open all these and work them all to 40 slowly over time. And, depending on how much pool you have. I've basically been going up to 1 million and dropping it down to about 750. So I've been cracking through a lot. So you tell I've gone through a lot on here. I think the biggest one you get to is kind of in this focus tree where you really start having these get really costly. You tell I got my height number, it increases maximum focus. This is your intelligence. This is your decreases focus cost of swapping decks. I got that going. I got this one up. Decreases the focus cost of all my glyphs. No matter what I'm putting on it, makes it I can cast more of those things. If you look at some of these, like etheric feedback, if you it can increase your max focus. If you use it immediately after landing a critical hit with a spell, it also has a large amount of focus regeneration. So if I do a crit hit with my bow, and I hit a crit, and I cast this, it increases my max focus, and it'll give me a big bump into my focus pool because I just did a crit hit. So it's a great combination. So this is part of your defensive stuff, is making sure you have the ability to cast stuff and resist, magic stuff, but you can have focus, which is sometimes harder to keep up than your health in some regards. So with this, like in the deathmatch, you have Tap Soul. Tap Soul will do, where's tap at? There it is, very top. Drain away life to draw and focus. Sometimes you'd be like focus dry, but you'd be really healthy. Well, you can actually hit this a couple times. You can hit them back to back on this. Suck away some of the life, get your focus to maybe do a final kill shot. So even if you're not a mage, some of these are really, really useful to do on this. But at a minimum, even if you use none of it, crack them open to get your attunement up. And whatever you see as your attunement number, if you divide that by 2, pretty much what your resist is, natural resist to it. So those are actually resist without anything. I've got nothing on my character that helps me get my attunement up. I've got a kilt, focus and combat, and my coconuts. That's it. That's all I got on me. Does my shield really? Durable? No, it does nothing on me. It's just damage resist. So I just kind of wanted to show that with without my stuff on. I don't think any of this. So this one is +5 fire attunement. So I'm going to equip that. Right now my fire attunement is 54. Now it's 59. So that 59. So for every plus whatever you see on like a piece of jewelry or some type of artifact, will, if you see +6 fire attunement, that means +3 on your resist. So yeah, it helps you. Attunement helps you with casting and your effectiveness on casting spells. More importantly, half that attunement is equal to your resist. So yeah, so if you're trying to get yourself out there and make sure you can last and live longer, building up your resist around to all these magics really helps out a lot. So yeah, so that was it. I just want to talk about that and kind of translate that. That's kind of it's always been a mysterious thing to me. I started thinking about buff decks. I've been seeing them. I want to get into it, but to build your buff decks, you have to have certain spells. So I'm opening up trees to do that. But then a core in one of his streams with Kidu Starfish was explaining it actually Sunday yesterday, and it clicked finally on what he was explaining. Like, oh, that's why you do it. So yeah, so if you're not a mage, fill them up. They can only help you with your resist, which is good to do. And then if if you're really a tank, you want to physical damage in it. Really going to come down to armor, your armor and your kind of armor, and how much dodge or avoidance and stuff that you get on there. So yeah, so that's what I've got on that. So that's kind of my defense 3.0 is really talking about just general resisting magic, what you get from it, and how you get that translated from your attunement. My defense 4.0, when I put that video out, when I'm prepared to, we'll be talking about buff decks. And by a buff deck, I mean a deck that actually is just dedicated to shield buffs, like spell buffs, Earth Attunement, or Shield of Crystal, maybe like a Strength of Earth and whatnot. You have a deck that's kind of filled it out, and the way you can stack them and cast them all, and you get a bunch of buffs on yourself, and it lasts for so long. You swap out the deck, go back to your normal one, then you go into your fight. So you buff up, and you put on your normal your fighting deck, and then you go fight maybe a Kabbalist or whoever, a Lich or whatever it is. So that's going to be the defense 4.0. We really start getting into kind of the really advanced. This right now is, I don't want to say it's advanced, but it is definitely a higher level. Getting into the buff deck stuff to me is more advanced mechanics, and you really start to work and tune on your character. And then things like maybe the skeletons won't kill you as much, or liches or whatever it is, or the troll, or the Kabbalists or whatever it is out there. So that was it. I just want to throw it together and see how that goes. I haven't made a video here. I've been taking a little hiatus, about a week or so, just had some work stuff to do, and just want to get a couple more out there tonight and get the videos flowing again. So if you got questions or comments, or I'm on the video, thumbs up or thumbs down. At the end here, there is going to be a picture. The previous video in the series is going to be up there. Well, that's a link to the Soto Tutorials website, what I'm up to, what I will be doing, all that kind of fun stuff. Picture of me with the fairy wings. If you're liking what you're finding on the channel, if you want to see more, please subscribe to it, and I will keep pumping out the videos. If you have any questions, just reach out to me. Take care.